pineapple. To chop the pineapple.
That's good.
It's sweet enough. Just what we need. And TEPACHE will be prepared in these amazing jars from my grandma cuisine. Brown sugar, pineapples, we are ready for the TEPACHE preparation. First step is chopping the pineapples.
With a big smile.
Yes, always. First, we have to remove the bottom. It's very soft and juicy. Soft and juicy. With the little jar. This, putting 1, 2, 3, 4 slices in the little jar, and as I said, I want to do bigger one as well. So double up, 2, 3, 4, 6. It's very important to keep the skin of the pineapple because the skin is rich in minerals and vitamins and will allow the fermentation to be right and perfect. Now comes the cinnamon. In this big one we will use 4 cinnamon sticks in the large jar, and in the little one we will break it into smaller pieces like this. And they will give the aroma and that exotic spicy taste that we love. We don't waste anything from the pineapple. All the skins must be off, must be cut away. And back. Inside. These are going in the other one. To prepare our sugar syrup for the TEPACHE, we will need 250 milliliters of water. Tap water is always the best because it still contains all the minerals to allow the fermentation. 250 grams of brown sugar. And to cook.
Okay.
And it's gonna take 1 or 2 minutes for the sugar to dissolve and to melt. We will have our sugar syrup ready, and it's gonna go on the TEPACHE jar, and will give the sweetness, the sugars, and it will allow the fermentation. Okay. Now that we have our brown sugar syrup ready, we have to start bottling the tepache. So that means that all the skins of the pineapple that we've cut before will go inside. For the skin, again, cinnamon, and this little one, it's one stick of cinnamon like this, just broke in pieces in order to release the aroma and to make sure that our tepache tastes exotic and spicy, right? All of this, all inside. $250 grams of sugar, it's the amount that we've used in the big jug. Now, as this one is exactly half of this, we will need 125 grams of this brown sugar cane syrup. 125 grams, exactly like this. Again, this jar is 1 liter. 125 grams, that means we will need to fill up this until the very top. It's gonna be 800 milliliters of water. 25. Pouring water right here and melting it with sugar will allow the temperature to be exactly 50 Celsius. The perfect temperature for the fermentation to start. Dissolve the water with the sugars and pour it inside. Okay? Water needs to be not until the top to allow the oxygen to get inside and to aerate our mix. So the fermentation will be exactly ready to happen. Let's make sure that we stir properly with the sugars, spices, water and the pieces of pineapple. We are not going to cover it because, as we are seeing here, it needs to get air from the top. This is called the first fermentation. First fermentation, it's what happens thanks to the yeasts and the bacteria on the skin of the pineapple and all the bacteria that naturally are in the air that we breathe. So they will go inside, but we need to filter it because we don't want any dust. Obviously, we don't want any strangers' bodies to get inside, or it can be insects, can be dust, can be anything that could be in the air, or you never know what happens. Maybe someone goes and touch it and move it. Need to cover with a muslin cloth or with a cheesecloth or with just a little very not too thick piece of fabric, as I did now. Just place it gently. Make sure you cover all around the glass. We need to put a piece of cloth or a muslin cloth or a piece of a cheesecloth. This will allow the oxygen to get inside and nothing else, just the oxygen. No strange bodies, no other things, not dust, no one will touch it, just filtering the oxygen inside. This is called the first fermentation. Now it must be left away for 72 hours up to 4 days. Room temperature between 25 Celsius up to 35. It's summertime, it's a little bit hotter, so the fermentation will be a little bit faster. This will stay on the side. We will see you in 4 days with the fermentation. Cheers to your health, Dedycated. This is the TEPACHE. Strain the TEPACHE. Same again. Strain in a bottle. Strain all the pineapple and the spices. You can't use this anymore. Because I want to be more and more precise, as I showed you before, for photography purposes we wanted to put in these bigger bottles because those are clear, and we wanted to show in the photos that those pictures will go to the blog later on Instagram. So we wanted to show this liquid, this clear liquid in a clear bottle. But now, to allow the perfect fermentation, liquid must be until the neck of the bottle. So we will just pour from here to here, and the liquid will reach here, and just once they are in the fridge, they don't have any more oxygen here on the top. Liquid will be until till the very top of the bottle, and that will allow the bubbles to grow and to be more efficient and